morning, students. Welcome to JCE eConnect, subject Operations Research, Module 4, Lecture 15. So since we have almost finished the Module 4, I have decided to take up a question which was asked previously in the previous examinations. The question is related to assignment model. So we'll solve this problem, assignment problem, which is a 5 by 5 matrix or a table, you can say, of a order 5. So this question was basically asked in previous year question paper. I thought of taking this question because that basically you will have an understanding of what can be the level of difficulty or level of easiness in the examination. So moving on, like I said, it is a 5 by 5 matrix or a table of order 5 with those numbers, and as we have discussed earlier in the assignment problems, when we have solved assignment problems, the steps in the assignment problem or the flow chart. In the flow chart, if you have gone through the textbook diagram, the first step is to reduce the matrix. How? That is by subtracting the minimum element, the minimum valued element in the row, each row. Later, each minimum value element in each column is then subtracted from all the elements in the column. So here is how it goes. This is our main table, and the highlighted numbers are the numbers which are the least valued or the minimum valued elements in that particular row. So when we see this row, the first row 8 is the minimum value, and likewise second row 6 is the minimum, 12 is the minimum in third row, 17 in fourth row, and 10 is the minimum value in the fifth row. So when we do this first step of subtracting the minimum value from each row, we get this table. So all the numbers like 11 minus 8 is 3, 17 minus 8 is 9, 8 minus 8 is 0, and 16 minus 8, 8, and 20 minus 8, 12. So here you can see row wise operation. You can see in this first row itself, 11 minus 8 is 3, 17 minus 8 is 9, 8 minus 8 0, 16 minus 8 8, and 20 minus 8 is 12. So this is our first row, and likewise second row, third row, fourth row, and fifth row, all the values are computed, taking them, subtracting the minimum value from each element from all the rows. Now in this, the next step, in the first step itself, the next step is to subtract all the minimum valued element in each column. Here it goes like this, of each column from all the elements in that particular column. So likewise in this column you can see the least valued element is 1, and the red, the highlighted values are as given here. So when we subtract this value from the other elements in the same column, 3 minus 1 gives us 2, same here, and 1 minus 1, including that number we have to subtract the number, so it becomes 0. 4 minus 1, 3, 4 minus 1 again 3. So likewise all the columns are computed. This column, this column, this column, this column, this column. All the columns taking the least value is subtracted from all the other elements, and the new table is formed. Now moving on to the second step, once we have this table, the current feasible solution, you can say, this current feasible solution is like in the next step it undergoes the checking of the optimal assignment. Now what is this optimal assignment? Like here you can see, check if the optimal assignment can be made in the current feasible solution or not. So this is the exact table what we have got in the previous step, this step. Now once we have solved, we have got the current feasible solution. Now using this table, how can we say that the is there any optimal assignment in this particular feasible solution, our current feasible solution? The number of lines, the minimum number of lines which crosses all the zeros present in the table will give us the idea whether the assignment which is assigned here is actually optimal or no. How? Let's see that. The motive here is to cross all the zeros provided they don't repeat in the same line, and once we have the number of lines which are crossing all the zeros, they will tell us whether the assignment is optimal or not. So let's say since there are multiple zeros here, you can see here, and there are multiple zeros in the same row or the same column also, like here you can see. So how to plot our lines? Now how to obtain this minimum number of lines crossing? We have to cross the lines with in such a way that there are minimum number of lines crossing. We can do that by crossing the lines with a column which has more number of zeros. So here we can see we have 3 options. We have column 3 which has 2 zeros. We have row 5 which has 2 zeros. We have row 3 which has 2 zeros. We have column 4 which has 2 zeros again. So you can start off with anything. So since I can see this column 3 has 2 zeros, so let's start with striking off or crossing off the row 3 first, and then also we can see here we have 2 zeros in the row 5, so we'll strike off that, and we can see row 3 has 2 zeros again, so that can be striked off, so that we can eliminate zeros in minimum number of lines. And you can see there's one more zero here which is remaining, so if we want to strike it off, we cannot do this way because this zero is already crossed, so we cannot cross over the same zero. So in this case what we have to do is we have to consider a line or crossing the line in such a way that there is no zero crossed previously. So this is the possible solution for this. So once you plot it, you have these lines. Now we have the minimum number of lines crossing, but you can see the minimum number of lines crossing are crossing all the zeros is 4 here, but since the order of the matrix is 5 or the value of n here is 5, it is less than the 4, the number of lines crossing is 4, which is less than 5. We can say that the optimal solution is not reached. The assignment which we have assigned in this particular our current feasible solution is not optimal, so we have to reiterate the process. Now how is it possible? We have to identify few zeros which are nothing but the assignments which can lead us to the optimality. How? Now here you can see the zeros which I have marked in green color are the assignments, and the zeros which are crossed with the red are you can say don't care zeros, or they are not the assigned zeros. So the question here is how to select these zeros. Now you can start off with the first row or first column, whichever the first zero that you encounter, you can assign that zero or mark that zero as the marked assignment, either row wise or column wise. So here I have done row wise. The zero that I encounter here at the first, I have marked it. Similarly in the second row, similarly in the third row. In the fourth row we can see there is one zero, but that 0 cannot be considered because in that particular column already a 0 has been marked, so we cannot consider that 0. So moving on to the fifth row, again the first 0 that I encounter will be marked, second 0 will be discarded, right? But the beauty of this problem is if you consider column wise also, you get the same results. Let's move on with the first column. If you move with the first column, the first 0 that you encounter, you mark the first 0. In the second row again you mark the first 0. In the third row again you mark the first 0, and when you encounter the second 0 in the third column, you discard it, because in the same column you cannot mark zeros twice. Similarly with the fourth row, you mark 0, the first 0 that you encounter, and the second 0 discarded. Now in the fifth row, please notice here there is only one 0, but we have not marked it, instead we have discarded, because in the same row the already a 0 has been marked. So column 5, row 5 element which is a 0 will not be marked, or it will be discarded, because already a 0 has been marked in the same row. Now moving on, in the next step, once we have the assignment, the proper assignment, the next is to iterate the process. How? By doing the following steps, that is the minimum element which is there in the overall matrix, which has not, please notice here, which does not have a line through it. So let me show you the table once again. This is our current solution, current feasible solution. So all the elements which are not marked, or which have not, they are crossed by line, we have to choose a minimum number from those particular elements. So for your understanding, I have just made a table here. We have the same steps I have written here, so that it is, you can clearly see the instructions as well as the table. The minimum element that does not have a line through it, so here you can see it is 2, because the highlighted elements in blue, you can see these are the numbers which are not crossed by the line, but the minimum value amongst these is the 2. Now the next is, we have to add 2 to all the elements that lie at the intersection of two lines. Now let me show you the lines. These are the lines. Now wherever there are intersection, we have to add this number 2 to all the intersecting elements. So here you can see 6 has been added by 2 and it becomes 8. 3 plus 2 becomes 5, and 2 plus 2 becomes 4. These are the intersection points. Now the next step in this section itself is to subtract all the elements which do not have a line through them, so which are highlighted in blue. You can see the numbers which are highlighted in blue, which does not which have not crossed by the line. We have to subtract value 2, that is nothing but the minimum number, from all these elements. So when you subtract this, 2 minus 2 becomes 0, 9 minus 2 becomes 7, 8 minus 2 becomes 6, and so on. So you can see all the values are updated then. 3 minus 2 becomes 1, 7 minus 2 becomes 5, 11 minus 2 becomes 9, and 6 minus 2 becomes 4. So you have all the updated value. Now once we have this updated solution, or let us call this a second basic feasible solution. Next thing, one more point here is to leave the remaining element of the matrix unchanged. What are these remaining elements? Remaining elements are the elements which are crossed by the lines, which are denoted by black color here. So you can see all the elements which are in black color are noted as it is in our current feasible solution. second basic feasible solution here. Alright, so moving on. Once we have this current basic feasible solution, next thing is to again check the optimal assignment up. Now how to check the optimal assignment? By crossing line on all the zeros, right? So when you see here, following the same method, wherever we have more number of zeros, we'll cross over those row or those column first. So since we have 2 zeros here, we'll strike off this column, then this column. Yeah, then there's one more column which has 2 zeros, column 3, so we'll strike off this. And yes, we have 5th row which has 2 zeros, so we'll strike off this. Now there is no zero which is remaining, so we have covered all the zeros. But again, you can see the minimum number of lines required here is again 4. The minimum number of lines crossing all the zeros is coming again to 4, which is less than the order of the matrix, which is 5. So again we can say optimal assignment is not possible in this current situation, right? So these are the lines, but you can see that the number of lines are 4, which is less than 5. So that means we have to again do one more iteration. Now here again the question is how to mark these zeros. Like I said, you can select any zero provided there is no multiple zeros marked in the same row or in the same column, right? So moving on, in the next step, which is same as of step 3 which we did, but here in this case you can see the minimum number from the unmarked numbers is 1, which is here 1, or also here same, any of the two you can say, but the minimum number is 1 here. So we have to consider this value now, the minimum element that does not have a line through it, which is 1 in this case. Now we have to add this number, add value 1 to all the intersection elements, and subtract value 1 from the elements which do not have line through them. Okay, so for your convenience I have marked this one here, but we can also take this one. It doesn't make any difference. The ultimate table that you get will be same. So once we have this value 1, we have to add this 1 to all the intersecting variables. So let us first see what are the lines that we have drawn in the previous table. These are the lines. So all the intersecting points you can see, which is 3, 4 and 1, is first added with the value 1 here. So 3 becomes 4 in the next table, 4 becomes 5, 1 becomes 2. These are the intersection elements. Now all the elements which doesn't pass through the line are subtracted with this value 1. So you can see all the elements, 7 becomes 6, 1 minus 1 becomes 0, 4 minus 1 becomes 3, 5 minus 1 becomes 4, and so on with the other, with the 5th column, right? But again you can see column 1, column 3, column 4 and row 5, they are unchanged, they are not disturbed anything, they are as it is written, because we are not adding anything, we are not subtracting anything, right? So we have this table now, the updated table. Now next step is to again find the optimal assignment for this particular feasible solution. How? Like this. Okay, this is the same table that I have shown here. Now method to select the zeros and to discard the non-essential zeros remains the same as I have discussed in the step 2. Now one difference you can see here is uh, when we have marked the number of the zeros here, uh, we have got 5 number of zeros marked, which is nothing but the assignment. So we have 5 assignments here, which is equal to the order of the matrix n. So n is equal to 5. Now we can say the solution that we have got here is the optimal basic feasible solution. Now what is the whole motive of finding this optimal assignment? Once we have the optimal assignments, the main problem which is given to us, the problem table, for your convenient we have reflected this table here. This is our problem table, the initial table which was given to us. So in this table we have to plot the assignment that we have assigned in our optimal basic feasible solution. So here are the assignments. Now you can see all the assignments here. Now how to compute the minimum cost is by adding all the assignments. So which is nothing but these values. Assignment, I'll just highlight this assignment here, 11, 7, 12, 17, and in the final row 13. So once you add all these values, you get the associated minimum cost. So this is our solution. I hope this problem was helpful for you, because since it has been asked in the previous year question paper, for your better understanding I have taken this problem. Or if you have any other questions in which you have doubts, you can ask me in the group or can ping me personally, right? So I hope you will practice more of such questions from the test book. That's all for today's lecture. Thank you.